Hey guys, Josh here, and there's one farming sim I've been very excited about recently called Moonlight Peaks. In this game, you'll be playing as a vampire, brewing potions, and of course, tending to your farm. It looks very fun, and there will be a demo available very soon, so in this video, I'll be sharing with you everything we know about this game so far. Most of the information I got for this video actually comes from a live stream that the developers did on Steam a few days ago, where they showcased the demo and answered questions from viewers. They also posted it on YouTube along with a few other streams they did later in the week, so I will put the link to their YouTube channel in the description if you're curious about watching the whole thing. But I did watch the whole thing and I will summarize all of the most important and interesting information for you. First, if you've never heard of Moonlight Peaks, it is a farming sim in which you will play as the child of Count Dracula, moving on your own to a place called Moonlight Peaks, trying to prove to your father how a life of compassion is possible to achieve even as a vampire. It is being developed by a studio called Little Chicken, and they're planning to release the game for PC and Switch, with maybe more consoles later down the line, depending on how things go. No release date has been announced yet, but on October 26th, as part of the Steam Screamfest, we will be able to download a demo for free, and it will have the same content as the demo they showed during the live stream. It will only be up for a limited period of time, so if you're interested in trying it out, you can wishlist the game on Steam in order to be notified as soon as the demo goes live. The goal of the demo will be to showcase the decorating aspect of the game. You will get to play for 7 days, or rather 7 nights. You will be able to plant some crops and sell them, gather some materials around the farm, as well as craft and buy various items to decorate your plot of land and your house. At the beginning of the demo, you will get to pick between 2 options, either a gothic paradise or a cheerful wonderland, which will influence your character's appearance and some of the furniture that you start with. The full game will feature a proper character creation screen and the ability to explore a town and its surroundings, but the demo will really focus on decorating your farm. After the 7 nights, your playthrough of the demo will end and you will receive a screenshot of your farm layout, but you will be able to start over as many times as you'd like. So these are the main things you can expect from this demo. Now let's go over all of the fun little things that I observed about this game. The first thing I noticed that made the game feel very unique to me was the atmosphere. You're a vampire in this game, so you're of course only out at night, which is not something we often get to see in farming games. Everything is very purple, the lighting looks great, and I like that they managed to combine the spooky and cozy vibes so well. Also, in some games it can be really dark at night, making it hard to see clearly, and that's one thing I was worried about this game at first, but seeing actual footage from the demo, you can tell it is nighttime, but thankfully it's still very easy to see everything that's going on. Each night will be about 13 minutes long, and there won't be a setting to just change the length of the night. However, the developers have hinted at a way to make the nights longer later in game, so I'm guessing we will probably have some sort of potion or spell to do that. The demo is set in summer, but there will be different seasons in the full game, so we can expect to see some differences, not only visually, but the devs have also said that they wanted to make sure to include some events and differences in the gameplay according to the seasons, and that's something I'm looking forward to hearing more about, because one complaint I have about many games that came out recently is I feel like there's not much difference between the seasons. Seasons are important, but another thing I find really important in a farming sim is the feel of the game. The movements, the animations, the sound effects, the visual effects, the controls, and these are all things that Moonlight Peaks seems to be doing very well so far. I've not played it myself yet, but just watching it for over 2 hours, it looks very smooth, responsive, and polished. In terms of controls, you will be able to play with a mouse and keyboard, but the developers said that the game was developed with a controller in mind, so you should try the demo with a controller for the optimal experience. The good thing with this is that we can probably expect the transition to the Nintendo Switch to be pretty smooth, compared to games that were made with keyboard and mouse first, that can often end up with clunky controls on consoles. I also noticed things like a tool wheel similar to the one in Roots of Pacha, and so far I think that is my favorite way of handling tools in a farming sim. A traditional toolbar can be inconvenient, especially when you have a lot of tools. An automatic tool selection that we've been seeing a lot more recently, like in Fae Farm and Winds of Anthos, can be good, but it can also cause some problems. So I like the direction that they're going in with the controls, and it just looks like this game will feel great to play. Moonlight Peaks will also offer support for second player, and while it won't be a fully fleshed out multiplayer mode, the second player will be able to take control of Hell Kitten, a cute cat companion that can move around and help the player by doing things like tilling the soil or moving some decoration. The developer did say that a more complete multiplayer experience could be a possibility down the line, but we all know that is a lot of work to implement, and overall with this game, they want to focus on doing everything that they have right instead of adding a ton of features just for the sake of it. For the same reasons, Moonlight Peaks will not have any combat, and even though we will be able to get married and we'll get to pick from a variety of characters, like mermaids, werewolves, other vampires, or even regular humans, raising children will not be a part of the game. Personally, I completely agree with this vision, especially as they have a pretty small team. I think it makes sense. A lot of games try to cram as many features as possible and try to do everything, but end up with none of the features being memorable or really fleshed out. I much prefer a game where you don't have a child but you can do other activities than just having a child who just walks around the house all day and do nothing. They also said that they would like this experience to be overall pretty laid back and cozy, so consequences for passing out, for example, will never be too punishing. Since the demo focuses on decorating the farm, crafting is of course something you'll be able to do. I like how the crafting looks so far. You select from a variety of items, and you can also put them in a queue if you'd like to make more than one. Then you just press a button repeatedly to fill up a circle for each item. Once again, to me, it looks like a very smooth and satisfying process. I know some people prefer instant crafting, so this might be a bit more divisive, but I like having to do a little something when I craft, and it seems pretty quick. In the demo, you'll also be able to buy a variety of things like seeds and items from Yabis the Magic Toad, who will stay on your farm, but in the full game, these items will be available in different shops in town. And these items will be used for decorating. And so far, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing of the decorating system. So you can rotate items, place them either inside or outside. Smaller items like potted plants can be put on top of surfaces. And you can also change the wallpaper, trims, and floorings in your house, as well as all the colors on the outside. So it seems like we'll have a good amount of flexibility. Some very neat details I noticed is that when you move things around, you can see the character moving their hands as if they were doing a telekinesis spell. Another similar detail is when you walk near Chester, the shipping box, he will actually spin around and look at you. And these are all things that are not necessary, especially for an early build like this one, but they just go to show the kind of care and polish the developers are putting into this game. Overall, it looks like decorating will be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what everyone will come up with when the demo launches. Another thing you'll get to do besides decorating is farming. From what I've seen so far, it seems pretty straightforward with your typical tilling the soil, planting seeds, watering them, and harvesting them after a few days. One little addition is that you'll also be able to grow some herbs that will grow in these special herb gardens, and these will be used to brew potions. After all, magic will be a big part of this game. Potions will not be very useful for the demo, but in the full game, they will allow you to do things such as attracting certain creatures, increasing the yield of your harvest, or improving some of your character's stats temporarily. You'll also be able to cast various spells. The ones in the demo allow you to relocate fully grown trees. One refills your watering can. One summons a magical watering can to take care of your crops, which I think is a good alternative to sprinklers. And another spell makes your crops grow faster. For the demo, there won't be any limit as to how many times you can use spells, so you can be as productive as possible during your 7 nights, but the full game will have energy and mana systems that will balance things out, as well as many more spells to discover. The way you cast a spell is by moving the stick in a specific pattern. This reminds me of the Harry Potter games, and it seems very quick and easy to do. Another perk of being a vampire is that you will be able to transform into various creatures. The first one that's been revealed is a bat. In the demo, it will serve mostly just to move faster, but in the full game, it will let you, for example, access areas you wouldn't be able to go to in your normal form. You'll also be able to unlock other transformations as you play, and they have not confirmed any of them or any number, but the current transformation wheel has 4 slots, So it would be safe to assume that's probably a realistic number of transformations that we can expect. Other than the creatures you can transform into, you will also be able to take care of animals like in any good farm sim. In the demo that they showcased, it didn't seem like they were fully functional yet, but you will have a variety of creatures that will be able to interact with each other and react to their surroundings. It seems like they really want to put a lot of emphasis on making them feel alive, and one example that they showed is Stony, that little rock with eyes, and if you approach it with a pickaxe, it will get visibly frightened. Once again, it's not something necessary, but I just love to see that kind of attention to detail. The demo will also let you do things such as catch bugs with your net, or these little soul blobs, which don't have any use for the demo besides being sold for money, but in the full game, it will be important to collect them as they will unlock some interesting features. You'll also be able to dig up some treasures as you find these little sparrows on the ground, but I think that's pretty much it for what will be in the demo. Overall, you can really tell just how much love the developers are pouring into this game, and I like how they prioritize having fewer features, but making sure everything is fun and polished, rather than trying to do everything. The demo will focus on the decorating, so it obviously won't be for everyone. For example, if you're looking forward to the relationships or other aspects of the game, but from what I've seen from the demo, it looks so fun and I can't wait to decorate my own farm on October 26th. So will you be trying out the demo for Moonlight Peaks, wait for the full release, or do you think this is maybe just not a game for you? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.